Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith of the Smith in the Black channel here at Ticker Talker, and it's for halftime. It's a strat time report. So far it's been the tale of three separate hours, and that's, you might have heard me say this before. Every hour is like a new day to us. So let's take a look at what's going on. So right out the chute, they came firing in here on the SPY. So you might recall yesterday I was talking about the broadening formation that kept forming in here after I spoke yesterday here. If we go to a 5 minute, you'll see 15. You'll see what it did. We later collapsed in the afternoon as price discovery started doing this. Higher high, lower low, higher high, and then boom, this was yesterday afternoon, right? To expand this. Right, then in the morning we come in and they try and take it back up. And so right out the chute, we had two reversals and now an inside bar. What do I mean by that? Let's take a look. So here's your broadening formation on the 60-minute SPY. Now it's like so, right? So in the morning we came in here and we took out the last hour's highs, right? That's a reversal, okay? And we came strong in here and we saw home builders and a bunch of tech just ripping like normal, stuff like that. Then what happened? Then we got some COVID news. And this is a reversal because this one took out a higher high and this is a lower low. This is a reversal too. And we look for that because we know outside bars exist, and on a 2-hour chart, this is outside of all that, right? Then a new 60. Do I say new 60 is like a new day to us? Yeah. Right here, it opens, ticks down a little bit, then comes back. But now it's an inside bar. Now, the question is, how do we take this baby out? First things first, either side of this, and we're seeing that. Like when you get sharp futures moves, you're going to see a lot of things look very similar. And there's your QQQ inside on the 60, your diamonds, and your small cappers, right? And so we want to look to see if they all break in the same direction or what goes on here. So certainly the ITB, I can shrink this back down for you. Home builders came out firing out of the gate, and now you can see the worst they could do to them was go inside in the 60, right, so far. So we want to watch things like Lennar. Here still hanging near the highs, Toll Brothers, DHI, the usual suspects, and LGIH, if you recall this one. Here, still inside. Remember here, trying to expand this broadening formation that I showed you here. We still have a lot of tech and stuff like that going like that. So right now you got the crowd. And by the way, a lot of these things I talked about, because there are inside days going to the upside. If you go to the upper left here, I'll shrink that down. If you got 3 minutes a day, my videos are free. Come to my channel. I talked about all this stuff last night, right? No surprise to us, right? So here, inside day to the upside, right? And if you go down the lower left, just wait for them to triangulate out. Corrective activity inside on the 15, and off she goes, right? The crowd, and you can see all time frames green. Right? Every reason to believe that's going to work. But we are still waiting to see these equilibrium breaks in the futures. Right? So we'll see about how that goes. But a lot of these things that stayed firm even when the market gets hit is what you kind of want to look for. So you got your JD here. So JD, you can see this. Goes out in the lows yesterday and then gaps up here. We call that a kicking pattern. Right? And then these two becoming outside of this. Right? And then anytime the 60 stays green, it's full throttle to the upside, right? And every reason to believe that's going to work. If we go to D-Dog, here's another one from last night's video, inside bar after an outside bar. So at least when we take out that, we're looking to at least take out that. But when you have all this stuff green, every reason to believe it's going to go further. Here's another of the patterns that we look for in the weekly upper middle. Take out the highs, take out the lows, boom. And these two become an outside bar of that. Not that hard, right? How about QDEL? QDEL. Now you can see lower left is now inside in the 60 like a lot of things. Trying to keep an eye on these breaks. And here you can see the reversal on the daily. Goes up and takes out the high. Goes out and takes out this low. And then boom. These two become an outside bar of that. And you take that as soon as this gets above 228.50. And there you go, 240. 240. All right. So if we go to First Solar, some solar strength there. You see this upper left, inside day. We call this the measured move. Okay, you got this going up, inside, measured move, and we're looking for the length of this. And you got that and then some. And then if you wait on a 15 minute, you're going to see the opportunity, the outside bar, the inside bar reverse back down to stop these guys out. Then your inside bar here. These three become an outside bar of all this. That's how you get in. Well, see, people say, buy the dip. It's like, this is what we're talking about. It's not a dip. It's a reversal. Back up, down, inside, back up, first sola. If we go to PFPT, this was definitely the vid last night. And so could use a little more weekly help and stuff like that, but you can see here what we look for is to take out one side highs, take out one side lows, and boom. So this thing's still got some room. We're still looking to take this out, 115.54, so there's a little bit more on that. Spelunker and Spelunk, that was in the vid last night, right? So we could use to try and change that weekly, but you got here the inside day to the upside over 201.16, so it's just starting there, so we might get some more out of that. Like I said, we want to see what these futures are doing. They're poking around a little bit because they closed on the highs, so they poked up a little bit, but we'll see if they can come in on that. AutoNation. And AutoNation coming up nicely here. All time frames green. And we go to 60 right now. You see this inside 60, the upside for the rest of the hour. That's trying to go into these highs here above 41.27. So you're right there right now. We'll see if you can stay above there. Right now you got NVIDIA going to the highs here. NVIDIA strong like bull. This is on our inside year and up list and still good. All right, and so you can see if we go down to 30. Here's your inside 30. You see this? They come down, they stop them out, they go inside, right? And then these bars become an outside bar of all that and still going NVIDIA. ENPH. And ENPH here, you can see that green on all time frames. And once again on the 30 here, you can see this. This is a tight magnituder because you're only going to take that out, but this is where you get that, take out the lows and then back up. How about a 15er? Here you go. Down, inside, off she goes. Like I said, everything I'm going to show you here is going to be very visual. ZS, inside day upper left to the highs, right? So we'll see if this gives us another 30 or 60 in here. Like so, we'll see if that sets up in here. And you can see upper middle. Do we talk about this? The inside bar then poke down, then come back through, and then stop these guys out here? Yep, and then these two become an outside bar of that? We do. SE. And SE. Here's a pattern you definitely want to look for. Well, here you can see your inside 60 in the lower, NVIDIA going to the highs. In the lower left, you'll see that inside 60. But in the upper left, the outside bar, then take out one side, then come back through. Right? Do we do that? We do. Right? Why? Because these are going to be an outside bar of all that because we know outside bars exist. It did it, and that was a nice move. It opened at 126.68. I'm sorry. It opened at 118.02. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. You got TWLO. Like I said, a lot of good stuff here. I'm going to run out of time probably, but we'll see. TWLO, inside day, upper left. Right? Was that in the video last night? It was. Was the video like 3 minutes long? I think it was. So check it out. Not too hard because it opened inside. It didn't gap. So even if you waited until you took it at 239.47, it's trading 244.71. Not that hard. We go to BABA. BABA on the gap list, and you can see it gaps up here on the day and on the week. And then all you have to do is go to the 15-minute and wait for this. The down, the inside, and back up. Looking familiar? Okay, how about GNMK? GNMK a little bit faster, but you can see here on the upper middle, the inside weak. All right, inside weak and off she goes, right? And still all bright green. Inside 30 right here. See this? Right there. Inside 30 for your continuation. We'll see if that keeps going. NVIDIA's still going to the highs. FTNT. FTNT. What is this? Look. So first of all, in the upper left, to take out one side, to take out the other side, to take out this side for these two to become an outside bar of that, right? Right. In the weekly, upper middle, take out the high, take out the low, coming up to get an outside bar of this, these two, right? Then if you go to the upper middle, we can get some more gusto out of this thing if we can break 146.63 on the inside month to the upside. Then you go to the 30, and what do you wait for? The down, the inside, the back up. See? Okay, we've got SQ. And SQ, green on all time frames, and it didn't back off that much at the end of the day with a lot of things, so that had our attention coming in. And see if you can get a nice 15 out of it. Here you go. The inside bar, the poke down, the come back through it, the stop them, and them, to become an outside bar of all that. You see, an SQ still going. Wouldn't be pandemic without some bleach now, would it? Clorox. Get it. So Clorox, a little slower, but it's doing its job and still just peeking into the highs. GSX. Here, GSX. Here, you can see that you can look at these patterns even on a monthly basis. You see how it takes out the lows and then takes out the highs and then comes back through this range to stop all these guys out in a heartbeat. Boom. On the lower middle, or lower left, you're gonna see the inside 15 right here. All right. Did you give you any 30s? Nothing on the 30s. A little fast. That's okay. eBay. And eBay, now you got this outside bar chopping them a little bit, so you want to be careful on that, because oftentimes when they stall out, you're going to get a new broadening formation series, and that's what makes trading a little more challenging. But the good thing is you know about that, right? There's some people who don't know this, right? They'll be like, is it flagged? I don't know. Shut up. Here, broadening formation, price discovery starting in the eBay again, right? So be careful on that. Okay, let's get a little downside for you, just because that's fun too. Boeing. It's like the pandemic stocks. Now Boeing's starting to take upper middle. Below 176.27. It's just kind of sitting there. So we want to know about that level for the rest of the week. If it can get down below the last week's lows and stay out of there. You got Cigna here. For the downside, what the things you want to see, besides red on all time frames, is here in the middle. I talked about this in the Strat Attack show last night. Is anything taking out last month's lows, right? That's no good, right? Take out the high, and now you're taking out the low, coming back through this stuff. You see, Cigna below 181.06 has got problems, right? So just kind of sitting there right now. Alexion, ALXN. Here, getting closer. If you go lower middle, this thing gets in more trouble below 107.39, right? But you can already see taking out last week's lows, taking out yesterday's lows, all that kind of stuff. So it's working on it. All right, market dropping back in. Like I said, we have the that big bar that we're trying to get out of, and stuff like that. So we also have some of that in the energies. You had crude oil number coming out today, and so one of the things we know when news is coming out, we're going to look for that. That what? Broadening formation on the 15, and there it is. Now it stalls out right there. So if you're trading the crude, you can keep an eye on this baby right here, because looking at those monthly, some of those EOGs getting close here, taking out last month's lows. That's 48.01. You're there now. PSX in the refiner here, taking out last month's lows. Not that hard to know where you should be, huh? Let's see, how about Helmerich Payne? Helmerich Payne taking out last month's low, so some of those energies to keep an eye on. Then we also losing some airlines, Spirit Airlines, United. A little boring, but you know what they're doing. They're having some trouble. Okay, back to the opening there for United. You also had aerospace defense coming in. Did we know about this? We did, because I talked about it last night, Strat Attack show. Inside week and down for LMT, which is going after last month's lows, taking that out, and you can watch that with General Dynamics. Here, Northrop Grumman. Here, not quite taking out the month, but you can certainly watch them all together. All right, like I said, if you come to my channel, all these videos are free, and the way I'm showing this to you is very repetitive, and we can communicate very quickly. A 3-minute video can change your day. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Swithy in the Black channel here at Ticker Tacker with the Strat Time Report.